Someone asked, why is there so much resistance to relaxation? So let's explore that. Why is there so much resistance to relaxation? And really, relaxation is the letting go of resistance, right? So there is relaxation, and relaxation is really attention returning to rest. Attention is an activity, and I actually have a rubber band to represent attention because it functions very much like a rubber band. So this rubber band, let's take note of its natural state, or we could say its true nature. So the true nature of this rubber band is rest. It's at rest right now. Right? When it's not active, it's at rest. But when it's active, this rubber band is now under tension. So this attention is an activity. And this activity is habitually fixing itself on objects. This person, that goal, this experience. All of these different things are objects. They are objective. But really, we can summarize all these things as thoughts. So attention is fixed on thoughts. It's identified with thoughts. To identify with a thought is the same as saying the attention is fixed on a thought. It's attached to a thought. So this rubber band is then stretched towards an object, a thought, and it's fixed on it. Now, the only thought that we really have to address is the I thought. Who you believe to be. And who you believe to be is really what the attention is fixed on. It's this idea of self, this belief of self, this thought, who you think you are. See, it's right there in the statement. Who you think you are is no more than a thought. So this thought, attention is fixed on. And because attention is fixed on this thought, the me that you believe to be, it's now under tension. There is the experience of tension or stress or resistance. All of these words can be used interchangeably. Where there is resistance, there is tension. Where there's tension, there's stress. So why is there resistance to relaxation is the question. Well, relaxation is really disidentifying with thought and allowing attention to relax and return to rest. Now, why would there be resistance to such a thing like that? Well, you'd be letting go of the me that I believe to be. You would be disidentifying with this thought. So what appears to be relaxation, returning to rest, from the perspective of being a separate entity, being something, being the body-mind, that relaxation is like a death threat. It's letting go of who you think you are. The attention is fixed on this thought, who you believe to be, your idea of yourself, who you think you are. So this thought, this I thought, is really the main anchor. It's what this attention is fixed on, it's anchored on. And as long as it's fixed on it, your experience is going to be constant tension. You'll be living as that tension. You'll be living as that resistance. You'll be living as that stress. And you could say it's either you're living as that tension, that stress, that resistance, or you are free from that resistance. You're free from the stress. You're stress-free. That you are living as rest, that you are restful. See, being restless is this, because the band has now fixed itself on the I thought, who I think I am. Because the band has fixed itself on the object, the body-mind, this thought, who I believe to be. This band really, it doesn't know rest. It's as if it's forgotten its true nature. So this band is restless. Restless, meaning it lacks rest. But when there's the disidentification, here it goes, that traveling backwards, coming back to its true nature, that letting go of tension, letting go of attention, is what we call relaxation. So you relax back to rest. Now, this actually happens every night. It happens every night, and it actually happens in between each thought, because this I thought is not actually constant. This activity of attention, it's not like it's permanently held in this fixed position. In between thoughts, it actually comes back to rest, which is why you still exist in between thoughts. If you were actually that thought, well, when that thought comes to an end, it would feel like you come to an end. But that's not your experience. Likewise, in deep sleep, there's no identification. There's no thinking. So when you fall asleep, same idea. It's not really an idea. It's your direct experience that in order to fall asleep, you relax into rest. You can't make effort to fall asleep. Any effort is this. It's like this effort. You're efforting the band. You're putting the band under tension. You're creating more resistance. And that resistance is actually moving in the opposite way of rest, which is why the more we resist what is, the more we experience suffering, because this resistance actually is suffering. Suffering, free from suffering. Restless, restful. So this main identification with something, that the attention is fixed on something, we experience a great deal of suffering. We experience a great deal of struggle and stress. tension. There's this tension in the mind. And this tension in the mind is actually expressed in the body as well. It's just tension in the body, tension in the mind. But it's through disidentification, letting go, relaxing, that you relax the attention, and the attention comes back to its source. Because you could say, well, if the attention is fixed on this thought, well, where did it come from? What's the source of the attention? If the attention is going towards a thought, can we follow this attention back where it came from? Is it coming from a thought? And the answer is no. The attention is not coming from a thought. So what's the source of the attention? The source of the attention is you. You are the rest. And the attention is an activity. And when you realize this, then you realize that you are actually always at rest. And you are actually experiencing this activity of attention. So hopefully this helps. I'll see you in the next one.